Hey, Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Today we are asking for a message from your future self, and we're asking about advice on your current situation. And today, in a very, very, very special set of readings, all of the packs of cards today that I'm using actually belong to my mum. So thank you all of you who've been sending me wishes and love and light. I have been really feeling that really coming through the ethers, and I'm really honoured. Thank you. And coming in and reading, I'm finding that's really all I'm doing at the moment, aside from the things that need to be done. I'm taking life very easy, but I'm coming in and doing my readings, and I am just feeling as though this is a heavenly place to be. The light that is coming through to the readings is just beautiful. So feeling very good about being here. If I feel I'm not okay with reading, I will let you know. I'll put a post up on YouTube. But as it stands, I'm going to continue to read for you as long as I'm feeling really good about this. And it certainly seems to be really, a beautiful space, beautiful energy, beautiful light. So, welcome everyone. Welcome back if you are returning. If you are new, that will probably make no sense to you whatsoever. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome everyone. My mum passed away, and so those that follow the channel will be aware of that. I did let everyone know in case it impacted on how often I post my readings. So that's what all that was about. So we have three beautiful piles to choose from today. All of the cards, as I said, belong to my mum. My younger sister Jocelyn bought these for my mum. So pile one, you have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. And you also have the Snowflake Obsidian Angel. So this is what this angel looks like. This is for pile one. Pile two, the angel that came through, is the Angel of Love. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, the Angel of Love is sitting with the Angel of Love, Rose Quartz. Okay, this is what this angel looks like. And for pile three, we have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is an angel of communication. This connects to the throat chakra. And our Archangel Gabriel card is sitting with the Opalite angel, which is also about divine communication. Opalite is really helps us to channel, actually. So this is the Opalite angel. Okay, so these are our cards. These are our angels. I'm going to leave the video running for just a little bit longer for anyone that needs a little bit more time. And I always think just tune in, sit with your intuition or your gut feelings, see which card or cards, or indeed which angel or angels is really, really sort of resonating with you. Our theme today, our communication that we are asking for, is for a message from your future self about your current situation. We're asking for advice about your current situation, and we will get as much information as we can. We are using cards that belong to my mum, so possibly extra channeled information coming through via her. We will see. I certainly had a lovely situation as I was preparing. I was just holding and shuffling her tarot cards in preparation, and one card flew out, and it was the Hermit. So just this beautiful image of the guide coming through for us today, which I thought was just lovely. So, beautiful souls, I am going to leave the video running for a few moments longer. Press the pause button if you need even longer, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile one, welcome to your reading. The first chakra, the root chakra, Archangel Michael. Very interesting, because Archangel Michael's energy is an energy of protection. Protection, courage, and so is the Snowflake Obsidian Angel. So we're asking your future self for advice on your current situation. Now I'm going to draw from one of these cards. These are a very new pack that my mum had quite recent. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness me. You have to excuse me. That took my breath away. You have snowflake obsidian. I mean, this is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I know stuff happens in readings that's mind-blowing all of the time, but isn't that mind-blowing? Wow. Okay, now this is a pack for obvious reasons that's very new to me, so I'm just going to read to you from the book. Let's find Snowflake Obsidian. Where are we? Okay. Snowflake Obsidian, page 69. Let's find this for you. Okay, I'm just a bit blown away by this already. Well, I knew these readings were going to be special, but wow. Okay, empowerment, protection, ideas, talents. You have so many wonderful inspirations, ideas and talents that to date you have kept hidden, protecting and nurturing them within the fertile and loving landscape of your heart and imagination. And rightly so, for the last few years have been like an incubation period, a time in which you have subsequently been collecting creative fuel to be used at a later date. Well, that time has now come. You will soon begin to express and empower your ideas and inspirations as you discover practical applications for them in the physical world. It is time for you to shine, so don't hold back any longer. Wow, what an amazing message. Such a blessing. Okay, loud and clear. You're being protected, you're also being supported to step up. I love the way the information about the protection has been more to show us that you have been percolating ideas, ready to bring them forth. It's as if the universe has been preparing you for this moment so you can now put into place your creative inspiration, carry it forth into the world, step up and shine, and Archangel Michael will be literally supporting you and lifting you to enable that to happen. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, wow, beautiful souls, and more wow. If you're new to my channel, you'll know that we have what we call, some people have referred to as Jennyisms, where I just say certain things like wow, wow, and more wow. Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome pile one. So let's see what else we have. So these are my cards, and my mum has obviously had a pack. Let's see what we're shown here. We have ground yourself, choices and decisions, and open the floodgates. Okay. Look at the possibilities in front of you. Okay, this is really interesting. So, firstly, ground yourself. This is a request. This card is a request to literally ground yourself. Go outdoors, take off your shoes and find somewhere where it is safe to stand barefoot. Imagine roots growing out of your feet, travelling down into the soil beneath you, anchoring you with the nurturing energy of the earth. Isn't that interesting that the first chakra is the root chakra? It's where we are plugged into the earth. I think what this card is telling us is that it's time for you to actually bring forth those ideas, to anchor those ideas, to grow those ideas. Now, choices and decisions, the choices that we make today are defining the shape of our tomorrow, and so it is hardly surprising that sometimes we worry about making the right decisions. Do not shroud your mind in the fog of uncertainty. Just as you have choices today, you also have choices tomorrow and the day after. Be assured that you can always change course again. I think maybe there is a little bit of what I would call the testing of the waters around some ideas and some creative projects that you wish to bring forth. You may need to sort of, literally try it out for size, explore some options. I mean, how do you birth something into the world? How do you take one of your ideas and do so? Now, with the Open the Floodgates card, this is about emotions. This is, if we're unable to acknowledge and talk about our feelings, they stack up and build up like a pressure cooker. And this can colour our ability to see things clearly. Now, this card calls you to acknowledge your emotions and find a way to release them. So this is anything that you have within you that is to do with self-doubt. Write down your thoughts and feelings, and if needed, reach out for professional help. I think your future self, though, is actually saying to you, absolutely, now is the right time. I think your future self is letting you know that there is a very big world out there, and it's time for you to step up into it. Some of you may have been holding yourselves back through self-doubt, or simply just not quite knowing how to birth these ideas into the world. How do you move them forwards? How do you get started? Let's draw your tarot cards and see and find out, what does your future self say about how to get started. Let's see if we can get some real practical steps here. I'm still blown away by the snowflake obsidian coming through. Yeah, I think you possibly, for good reasons, have held yourself back, but also possibly circumstances haven't been right around you. Now the time is right. I mean, look at that amazing world out there, those mountains to climb. This is your time. My beautiful souls, this is your time, and it's time for you to grasp it. May we kindly ask for my pile one, for their future selves to let us know, how to get started, how to move things forwards. Well, any advice, of course, but in your current situation, how do you move things forwards? How do you get something started? May we kindly ask, please, for pile one, in their current situation, advice and guidance. I'm seeing both of those as well, and feeling it's this one there, actually. I thought the one on the base, but I don't think so, actually. Okay. This is extremely helpful. How wonderful. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. Ooh. Okay, now I think we have about the right number of cards. It always fascinates me when the cards just fit into the space we have. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Nine of Cups. Oh, you've got lots of aces. You have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Cups. I wonder if, I'm just going to bear with me, I'm going to literally, I can't believe you've got three aces. I'm just going to literally pause the video and see if I can move the camera out a little bit so I can get all the cards in. Bear with me, beautiful souls. Okay, so we have a bit more room. I've placed our last card here. Now this is just fascinating. Now, this is the Mythic Tarot. My own oldest tarot pack is the New Mythic Tarot, which is a sort of a like a much later copy of these cards, but these are much older. Now, the Knight of Swords in this pack very often indicates an external event that happens, and the external event causes you to have to respond to something. So interestingly enough, I don't think that you will have to almost, I don't think you'll necessarily have to set forth and sort of search for what your first step will be in moving something forwards. I think an external event will create an opportunity, which is very, very interesting in terms of guidance and advice from your future self. So I think with the Ace of Cups as well, I love you. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. This is creating a new beginning without any shadow of a doubt. Now, because we have opened the floodgates and it's in a very central position, I feel that it's possible that the circumstance that happens that creates this window of opportunity for you, and literally we do have a window here, I think that this window of opportunity could well be something that carries emotional content. What's really interesting is that it sort of liberates you, actually. I mean, the Eight of Swords is a card that, in its traditional context, I have to do some repairing on these cards, actually. In its traditional context, the Eight of Swords can mean that we're overthinking something, or that we can't see, there's something we haven't yet seen. But I do see this very much as a card of overcoming something. I'm also actually seeing that you are protected. Look at the swords surrounding you. If I read what I see in the imagery, intuitively, I think you're this is being overseen. This figure is literally surrounded by swords. So what I'm going to say is, my beautiful souls, your current situation, whatever it is, you may be feeling a little bit hemmed in, but interestingly enough, I also think you've been protected. And I think this relates to the Snowflake Obsidian message, which is that you've had a lot of ideas and a lot of creative sparks, and there's all this potential that has been percolating within you. Now, you may have experienced certain circumstances and situations where you did actually feel very hemmed in, or you felt that you tried to bring something forth or to birth something into the world and somehow it just didn't work, or it sort of, I won't say fell flat on its face, but either it was blocked or it didn't happen. And the reason that that was taking place was actually because the timing wasn't right. It's like that there's some sort of divine timing going on here. And I think the reason, I think in a sense you may have felt hemmed in and as if you couldn't move something forwards, and even quite frustrated at times by almost feeling like maybe it's like you've got this amazing idea, but every time you get started, something else crops up and gets in the way. And sometimes we just think, gosh, come on, universe, do you actually want me to create this or not? Will this ever happen or not? That kind of vibe. Actually, you were being protected. It was really important that your ideas either were percolated for a bit longer, or that it was important that they weren't birthed into the world too early. Perhaps the climate wasn't right, back to divine timing, or maybe that at that time, perhaps you weren't in the right environment to move them forwards, but now the timing is right. So I do see this as being part of this process of now is the window, and then wasn't. It's almost like an affirmation of what has happened. And it's like an affirmation to you that if in any way you interpreted the blockage or the something not happening as maybe this is just not meant to happen, well, it absolutely is. But it's just that now is the time and then wasn't. So it's like an affirmation. For whatever reason, it needed to wait a bit. We've got 3 aces. So these beginnings are happening, and they are happening now. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Here we go. Let's get started. The 9 of Cups is a card of commitment. It's a card of sometimes an engagement, a marriage. And I feel that with the 9 of Cups coming in here. As well as the King of Swords. The King of Swords for me is really representing now is the time to get really, really clear and to set forth, to take charge of moving forwards. The 8 of Wands is a card, it sometimes indicates travel, this card as well. But I just feel it's like the timing is right. Look at the balance here with the scales. And this is mental energy. This is also letting us know that you can now come into a space of clarity, whereas before you didn't have clarity about this. Now you can. So something external will create an opening with these aces. And really your task, your role, your future self is saying, look, your role is to make a commitment. You'll be shown or given real clarity of mind. I think maybe certain synchronicities and events are going to unfold that will literally show you the pathway, the journey, because the 8 of Wands can be a card of journeying. It's also a card that has a very fast energy. So I think this is going to happen quite swiftly. I think things will move forwards quite swiftly. It's like you move from the aces to the 2, and it's the 2 of Cups. This could even indicate a kind of rescue package. If you've been in a place where you have felt hemmed in, something could arrive that also financially supports your movement forwards. Yeah, it's almost like a little rescue package, somebody coming in to support you. I mean, with the Ace of Cups, new love is around you. With the Ace of Wands, new excitement, passion, creativity is available. With the Ace of Pentacles, resources are available. It's kind of like, what more do you need? Really? I mean, amazing. I'm actually going to ask for some more information. We'll continue using my mum's tarot cards. Let's ask for more information about how this kind of unfolds, any more details that we can acquire for you. But I do feel an external event will take place that requires you to respond. And that response is an invitation to, it's like an opening, a window of opening, a window of opportunity. It really opens a massive future. So whether it's for a project, a creative idea, or many creative projects, many creative ideas, this is really, really amazing. Let's see, could we ask for any further guidance from your future self, anything you need to know? I'm seeing this one and this one. I'm actually seeing these two and that one there. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Tower. How exciting. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Right, okay. I think that the Seven of Pentacles, this connects to choices and decisions. And the choices are about where you invest your time and energy and really choosing to nurture something, move it forwards. Interestingly enough, because we have the Eight of Wands here and also the Tower, curiously enough, I actually feel that something is going to build quite quickly. It may actually even be with the Seven of Pentacles, that something that you've previously invested in, again, that didn't take off, or somehow the timing wasn't quite right, now is the time. I think it could escalate actually, something here. Maybe somebody even comes forwards actually and offers an investment in you. I mean, this could be like if you had, I don't know, written a book and you just couldn't get a publishing deal and you just put it to one side because you thought, well, it's never going to happen. Well, now's the time when you get it out and you send it off and you do get the deal. But also, I suspect the deal, or at least the opening to the deal, will come to you. There'll be some kind of a sign. It's not just going to come... it's not just a question of you getting it out of the filing cabinet after you've watched this reading and thinking, oh, I better trawl through publishers again. That I feel like something will happen that will show you the way. There will be an external event or circumstances. Something will happen. You don't have to search for this window. The window will be shown to you and then you take action. I think for some of you it will... In fact, I think whatever this window is, it will be given to you. And it's quite big with the Tower. It may also come with the Tower not in the shape or the form that you thought it would. So if you had always thought, I don't know, let's use the same example. If you were seeking a publisher, maybe you thought that you had your sights on a particular kind of route. Actually, there could be a completely different route. It's still going to publish your book, it's still going to get it out there, and it's not how you imagined it would be, but it's different. But actually, it's really beneficial with the Queen of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, it's going to help it grow. The Queen of Pentacles in some packs is depicted as being pregnant. There are three cards, I think, that really focus on pregnancy, the Empress being one of the others. But this is a card of kind of nurture, of pregnancy and of fruition. So I think you're going to be offered something that will enable a project or a gift or something to come to fruition, which is really interesting. Now the Four of Cups is interesting as well, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of steady steady harvest, steady growth, the harvest coming in. It kind of acknowledges a period of financial stability, of rewards coming to you for things that you have invested in. I think somebody is going to offer you either an investment, actually. They'll offer to invest in something, to invest in you. And it's big. It's very life-changing. As I said, it may come in a different shape or form to what you had expected, but it will bring this to fruition. With the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is interesting energy, because it's quite still, it's quite calm. Look at the calmness of the sea. All of the fours have a more stable energy. What I think will happen with your project, the thing that this is about, or the things, I think you'll move into a period of what I will call steady progress that leads to harvest and fruition. Really lovely rewards, the harvest coming in. So it's, even though I think the opening is coming quite quickly and it's loaded with opportunity, I think it could be very possibly arriving unexpectedly. It could be something that comes out of the blue, like a bolt out of the blue, and you sort of think, wow, thank you, universe, didn't see that one coming, but it comes as a bolt out of the blue. What it does then is set you up. It would be, again, if you've had an idea for something, and then you suddenly get an offer of, a bit like maybe you get your book out and a publisher says, actually, I love the idea, but in terms of the presentation of it, we'd like you to do some further work to it, but we'll fund you while you're doing it, kind of thing. There's something that comes in here, resources that enable you to kind of work at this steadily. To move it forwards in quite at a steady pace. But I also then do see the rewards coming in. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. The timing is really, really right for you. It really, really is. Whatever this is you're moving forwards, the timing is perfect. Wow, this is amazing. My beautiful souls, absolutely lovely, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me in these readings. Your future self is really, really kind of acknowledging, I think, that just the timing of something, which is really now. And this is going to bring in the harvest. It's going to bring you financial rewards. It's going to bring you financial stability. It isn't something, I think, that you get overnight, if I'm honest. I think the opening comes overnight, suddenly, unexpectedly, and then there's a period of almost like ongoing, almost like further percolation, as it were, further nurture to bring this forth. But my goodness me, what a beautiful outcome. And I love that you don't have to go out and find it. I think the window of opportunity will find you. Your task, and your future self is very clear, is to actually step up and take that opportunity, seize the moment and go with it. And I would say, yeah, sort of gentle, slow and steady wins the race on this one. But yeah, lots of steady abundance coming in for you from this. So how wonderful. Pile 1, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here for these very special readings from your future self and using my mum's cards. It's been a real honour to read for you. If this is resonating with you, do please give me the thumbs up. If you want to make sure that you never miss a reading, do please subscribe and press the little bell icon. For those of you that might be interested in learning to read the cards and learning to channel and really learning not just the archetypal meanings, but to really, really read intuitively as well, open your channels of communication and indeed potentially to work professionally. In honour of my mum, I am reducing my tarot course at the moment to half price. So it just feels like a really lovely thing to do, because we are really building an international community of light workers who use the tarot and work through an ethical framework. In my course, I really combine all of my psychotherapy and counselling knowledge, as well as the core archetypal meanings, as well as teaching you to channel. So if that's something that appeals to you, I will put a link in the description below, and this will be for just a few weeks. Beautiful souls, tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. We are asking, this is your card, we are asking your future self for advice on your current situation. Now, all of these cards were my mum's, including these. You have pyrite. Okay, let's check out, we'll check this out in the book. Actually, these are cards that are new to me. So let's see where pyrite sits. Here we go. Perfect, opening on the right page, lovely. Emotional balance, psychological strength, relationships, protection. You may be feeling emotionally unbalanced at present because you have allowed yourself to, at least partially, believe another's critical judgments of you. This malicious criticism was directed at you by someone who falsely believes that they will gain something by belittling you. Wow, that's powerful, especially with rose quartz, love. To regain your mental strength and emotional balance, you must realize that this whole episode is simply emotional blackmail. You are dearly loved and held in high esteem by many, so see this episode for what it really is and do not allow yourself to be so affected by what one person says. Others know the truth. Pyrite can help strengthen you both psychologically and emotionally. Wow, that's big, especially coming with the Angel of Love. Okay, let's draw some more cards now. Message from your future self about your current situation. I'm seeing those two, and also it's actually that one. So these are my own cards, but my mum had a pack, obviously. So we have Don't Wobble. Lovely, love it. We have Expectation and Compromise. Very interesting. Okay, your messages are so clear, but I will draw your tarot cards as well. But let me just talk you through what this is really referring to. Now, if you are in a situation where you're thinking there just isn't anybody around me that is acting in this way, maybe this isn't the right reading for you. Or indeed, I guess, something may well happen. But if this is not resonating with you, it may be that you might want to try one of the other readings. Now, the card of Don't Wobble says, are you having a wobble? Whether a minor one or a major one, this is completely understandable. You are facing tough choices, but deep inside yourself, you know what you need to do. This card is here to validate your deeper knowing and the decisions that you are making. As you move forwards, your anxiety will ease and you will refine your balance. So again, it's really about not allowing the impact of someone else to affect you. Don't wobble. You know this is their problem, this is their stuff, this is not who you are. Now, expectation is an interesting card because expectation is I'll read you what it says and then we'll talk you through. Expectation is a form of memory. Our past experiences colour our expectations of future circumstances and outcomes. You are asked to release any form of negative expectations based on past experiences and centre yourself in the infinite possibility of now. Now, this is really true. Especially if you were targeted, let's say you were targeted or bullied by someone as a child, then when you meet someone who's a bit of a game player or says nasty things about you, you're more likely to sort of move into the zone where you expect this, because it's sort of in your blueprint from previously. And this reading is really asking you to reset all those expectations. It's like, not moving into the child zone within you, the hurt child, and really, really holding strong to where you are in your own empowerment. in the love of you. We then have the card of compromise. Are you in a situation where you need to make a compromise? Or, and I think this possibly applies to more than one of you in this situation with this reading, or are you compromising too much? Because we're being asked to really, this could not be clearer, the Pyrite card. You're being asked to really, really center yourself in the knowledge that what's going on is not your problem. So I think don't compromise too much. This card asks you to review your position and to be sure to find a solution that takes the needs of all parties into account, including yourself. And that's the biggie. Now let's draw from the tarot cards and find out, let's just find out what we are shown, the messages from your future self, the advice and guidance about your current situation. May we kindly have advice and guidance from your future self, please, about your current situation. Let's take this one as well. We'll take both of those. As you can see, these are well used. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is going to turn around. This is absolutely going to turn around. We've got the Ten of Wands. I can see where this is going already, but let's draw your cards, or let's look at them all first before I say any more. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is really clear. We have the Seven of Cups, lovely. Look at the progression. Seven of Cups and Eight of Cups. Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords. Okay, we then have, this is going to move forwards, my beautiful souls. It really, really is. We then have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm just going to place that here. We have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the World card as well. Okay, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Right. Beautiful souls, do not fear. This is going to come to an end. This absolutely will come to reach a conclusion. Now, I think at the moment I think you probably know that this will come to an end. Do you know the first thing that's leaping out at me in the Wheel of Fortune in this particular card is the fact that she's holding like these gigantic clippers. And what we have here is this two other people. I think these are the Furies, I believe. I think that's right. I'd have to check. But anyway, look at the way they're holding they're feeding this yarn. And do you know what's coming through when people spin a yarn? When someone makes up stories, which is what this is about. I think you have somebody around you who is kind of making up stories. They're good at spinning a yarn. They tell a good tale. I think you have the right to cut those cords. Okay? That's what we're being shown here. So this is just, this is, the tables will turn and you will be able to cut those cords. Now, at the moment, I think it's kind of getting you down with the Ten of Wands. It may even be that this is a situation where you have some kind of a responsibility. So you're having to work out how to navigate your way through it. With the Five of Pentacles, I'm seeing you sort of exiting kind of like quietly, surreptitiously. It's not exactly under the dead of night, but I think really what this is actually saying is, look, you have choices here. How interesting, my light just went out all on its own, of its own accord. I'm just going to switch that back on again. It'd be very interesting to see how that fits with your reading. I think what we're being shown here is that you actually have a lot of choices available to you. I mean, we always have the right to choose how to respond to something or how not to. So even if you feel that you are really overloaded by this, or it's affecting you, or you even have a situation where you've made a commitment and now you've got to work out how to get out of the commitment, you can do this. What you need to do is to is to set your course of action and make a plan, as it were, weigh up your choices, but do so privately. Don't involve this person or these people. There is no need for you to be sharing anything of yourself in this situation. No, absolutely not. And I think you can then evaluate your choices with awareness. And I would also say you can evaluate the choices that are right for you. The Eight of Wands would suggest that something is going to turn around very quickly, and I think you'll exit very quickly. We have the Knight of Swords, which also suggests that external circumstances will assist you, which I think is really interesting. And look at the Ten of Swords, which is a card of endings. Look at the way she stands here. This is Helen, I think. I'm pretty certain this is Helen of Troy. Look at her with the hand up. It's like, no, talk to the hand, you know. And this sort of row of swords in protection. This is going to come to an end pretty quickly. I think you're going to find your own source of empowerment in this. I might read to you from this again because it was so specific, but this is very much about empowering you. With the Knight of Swords, I actually think you might find maybe a couple of people come in almost like a knight in shining armour, that you have a couple of people who not exactly come to your rescue, but also with the Nine of Cups. I do feel you're going to find an ally in this scenario, somebody who's very aware of what's going on. I think someone's going to step in and really align with you and work cohesively with you. You're not on your own with this. You might at the moment be feeling that you are, but truly you're not. And that is what this actually said with Pyrite. Is that still on the same page? Yes, it is. It says here, I won't necessarily read the first part, but it's because this is about believing another's critical judgments of you. But it is, this malicious criticism was directed at you by someone who falsely believes that they will gain something by belittling you. To regain your mental strength and emotional balance, you must realise that this whole episode is simply emotional blackmail. Very powerful. You are dearly loved and held in high esteem by many. So see this episode for what it really is and do not allow yourself to be so affected by what one person says. Others know the truth. This is the bit. Others know the truth. Pyrite can help strengthen you both psychologically and emotionally. Others know the truth. That's the deal here. I think others who know the truth will come in and assist you. That's what we're going to see here. External sources are going to come in and protect you and assist you and literally almost empower you to say no. You are definitely not going to be on your own with this, even if at the moment you feel like you are. Okay. What we then see as we move on to these three cards that sort of came out, not exactly separately, but had to be placed elsewhere. The Eight of Pentacles tells us that you can work through this. The Six of Pentacles it's very interesting, the legend in this particular card from the Greek mythology of this legend is, we actually see someone asking for forgiveness here, but it's about choices and about, the Six of Pentacles is a card of generosity, but this is kind of like really almost like choosing your allies and somebody again coming in to support you and making the right choices. Very, very interesting. And the world, this is going to complete. So it's going to end and it's going to move on to a completion. It's almost like 2 stages, 3 stages, in fact, I would say, we're being shown here. So this is the current situation. What your future self is saying is, to you, don't buy into this. This is someone who can spin a yarn. Don't buy into it. You have the power to cut these cords. You don't have to fuel it. You don't have to buy into it. It's not true. So just be really clear on that. And don't fuel it with previous expectations from historically if it's pressed your buttons. So rather than being overloaded, really don't share your feelings. Just keep yourself to yourself and start to think about your choices, because you're going to be able to navigate out of this completely. the navigation will happen fast. In a way, what's needed is for you to shift your energy from dwelling on what's actually happening that feels really toxic to actually focusing on something that isn't toxic at all. That to focus on the future outcome that you desire, that, you know, what is it that you want? And then it's almost as though it's somebody or a couple of people maybe come into your rescue and assist you. It's like there's going to be a collaboration here where you can actually move this forwards. So the first step is to not worry and to focus on, you know, quietly on, you know, the outcome you desire and what you can do to just, you know, work away at this, as it were. Then I think help comes to you in order to be, and that helps you to kind of establish boundaries and say no to something. And then there's sort of a process to sort of go through. And maybe with the Six of Pentacles, you're also going to need to be sort of generous of spirit. You know, once you've said no and you process whatever needs to be done to move your own situation forwards and to bring this to a completion, I think this is asking you also to be generous of spirit. Because actually anyone who operates like this is operating from a position of considerable damage, really. Otherwise, you know, if anyone that is under the belief that by hurting others they are going to benefit and using emotional blackmail somehow they will benefit, well, actually, absolutely not. This is going to come back to them 1,000-fold. You know, we are moving into a time when what we put into the world comes back to us 1,000-fold and fast. So people who put damage into the world are going to experience that coming back to them. You know, they really, really are. So, you know, that's really where this is sitting. You know, if you put good into the world, you're going to get that good back. So we don't want you putting worry into the world. We want you putting positive expectations into the world. Think about what you do want. What would be your perfect outcome? I think it is an outcome where this is about not feeding it, not fueling it, and also the outcome you desire, a completion. Let's just draw more cards for you from the same tarot pack and ask if we can get a sneaky peek as to where this is going, or what's life like after this. Look at that. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I often think of her as the Queen of self-care. You know, it's a lovely, lovely energy. She really does have a lovely energy. And you have the Emperor. Oh my goodness me. You're coming out of this on top. Literally at the top of your game. I think that is actually the card that we're seeing here. Yeah, Eight of Swords. It's very interesting. This is the Eight of Swords is a card where, you know, clearly sometimes it seems as though we can't see something clearly, or we're hemmed in. I always feel with this particular pack, I always feel like there's a kind of a sense of victory. And in this particular position in your reading, I do feel you come out recognizing that it doesn't matter what's going on outside of you, you're protected, because look at the protection that these swords are giving you. May we kindly ask sort of what the outcome of this is, please. The outcome of this once we've gone through, my pile to have gone through this process. And then you have another Queen. Oh, we've got the Queen of Cups. I was going to say another Queen. You've got two more Queens. Can you believe that? Wow, wow, wow. These readings are really blowing me away. I'm just going to move these along. I didn't know. There am I saying, wow, you've got another Queen, and in fact you have two. Phenomenal. The Queen energy is so gentle, so steady, so... you know, if we think of the Emperor as being very much a card of leadership at the top of your game, you know, the world in your hands, you know, again, I think being seen, the Queens have, you know, if the Kings are a sort of like a goal-driven straight pathway, the Queens take a windy pathway. They take their time. This is the divine feminine. This is feminine power. So it's power with awareness. Not only do you come out as the Queen of self-care, you come out physically, mentally, emotionally, very much at the top of your game. And I would venture to say spiritually as well. You really do. But in the 3D world, you come out at the top of your game, knowing, also there's that sense of knowing that you are protected. It changes your, maybe you even come out knowing how to defend yourself. You know, having learned how to defend yourself from someone like this. But this is the outcome. Once you're through this, I just feel that, yeah, you will be physically, emotionally, mentally, very much complete, very much at the top of your game, very well protected, able to overcome these things and knowing that you can. There's a sort of a greater sense of trust as well. Maybe you've learned to trust your intuition, because whereas you might be thinking something's going on and maybe this reading confirms it, it's kind of like, do you know what, not only was my intuition correct, but I don't have to buy into it. I'm not stuck with it. I can, you know, I can change the course of things. I don't have to sit with things. I can evaluate my choices, and people will come forwards and help, because it also perhaps really helps you to recognize that you won't be the only one that sees this. And I think there's a real value in that. Pile 2, wow, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, I'm so sorry that this is going on. And but your future self, yeah, I'm so sorry. It's never nice to have this kind of stuff happening. But your future self is giving such clear advice and guidance, along with the steps to move you through this and beyond it. And really, truly, I mean, this is rooted in love, in generosity of spirit, but also in your own self-care. You know, you have every right not to buy into this. This is a lovely, lovely reading. It really is. And I'm so sorry, despite this going on. So, my beautiful souls, thank you for being here. If this is resonating with you, I know I said right at the start, if it's not, it may not be the right reading for you, because it's very specific. Beautiful souls, if this is resonating, do please give me the thumbs up. Thank you for commenting, liking, sharing, and if you would like to make sure you never miss a reading, do please subscribe and press the little bell icon. I should also say, if you are interested in reading the cards, and whether to read to learn them for yourself, or whether to, if for those of you that might want to read professionally, my tarot course is really geared to teach you to that level, whether it's just for you or you want to take it further forwards. We really are building, our long-term vision is that we're building an international community of light, of readers who work within an ethical framework. You know, we have a big vision for the course and what it will mean in the world. And I'm really integrating my counselling and psychotherapy work with the meanings, the traditional meanings of the cards. It's a massive course. It's still in production, but you know, it is open for people to jump on board at a reduced rate. And in honour of my mum, I've actually reduced that to a half price offer at the moment. So that'll be in place for a few weeks. So if that's something that's really appealing to you, then now is a great time to jump on board. Beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your readings. Now, or your reading rather, we are asking for a message from your future self with advice on your current situation. And we are using my mum's cards, including my own cards, but she obviously had a pack of those. Let's see what we're showing for you first. You have Snowflake Obsidian. Now, this is very interesting because this came out in pile 1. I was monumentally blown away by that, because the Snowflake Obsidian card, obviously pile 1 had a Snowflake Obsidian angel. It was like, oh wow, you know, that's incredible. Now, I'm going to read to you about this card. These are quite new to me, obviously. Oh, and it's just opened on the page. Wow. Okay, so Snowflake Obsidian, empowerment, protection, ideas, talents. You have so many wonderful inspirations, ideas and talents that, to date, you have kept hidden, protecting and nurturing them within the fertile and loving landscape of your heart and imagination. Okay, and rightly so. For the last few years have been like an incubation period, a time in which you have subconsciously been collecting creative fuel to be used at a later date. Well, that time has now come. You will soon begin to express and empower your ideas and inspirations as you discover practical applications for them in the physical world. It is time for you to shine, so don't hold back any longer. Now, what I will say, beautiful pile 3, if you were drawn to pile 1, you may wish to check that out. What's interesting is we have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, which is a card of communication. And actually, so is this angel. You know, Opalite is about communication, communication from the divine. What else do we have? May we kindly find out about a message. I am seeing those 3 actually. Message from your future self with advice about your current situation. We have new beginnings, internal dialogue, and take a leap. How fabulous. Okay, I can see where this is going. Now, I think I'm going to go straight to your tarot cards, or shall we just sit with these first? Let's sit with these first. So, new beginnings. I mean, this is really, really clear. Your future self is saying now is the time to take a leap. To literally, let me read this to you. This card is an invitation to take a leap of faith. Sometimes, even when we desperately desire change, we procrastinate and find all kinds of reasons as to why we should stay as we are. It is completely understandable to be anxious when stepping into the unknown. This card is calling you to trust and make that move. So I think there is literally an opportunity in front of you, a new beginning, something that you could launch into. Now, the internal dialogue is about recognizing what's going on inside of you. What's the internal dialogue? Is your internal dialogue kind? Is it critical? Or is it utterly joyous and supportive? Let me read this to you. We all have an internal dialogue within our mind, a constant stream of inner conversation. Is your dialogue kind, supportive and affirming, or is it critical and judgmental of both yourself and others? This card asks you to listen to your inner words and, if necessary, take steps to consciously change your language. I have to say, you know, many years ago when I made a real conscious effort to really, really listen to my internal dialogue. Now, I would consider myself to be a really, really positive person. I always try to look at, even if I'm looking at something that's really challenging, I'm also kind of looking at where that might go, what we might do with that. You know, it's very much part of who I am. It's very much part of my working world. But my goodness me, when I really stopped and listened to I'm going to call it the verbal diarrhea of my mind, I was actually quite horrified at how much negativity there was in there. And a lot of it was just repetitive stuff. And I had to work really hard. And every now and then I need to call myself into check. You know, if something pops up in my world and presses a button, I have to call myself into check to see what's going on and consciously change that. This card is about new beginnings. The card indicates you're about to begin a new chapter of your life. Shed, release and cleanse. So letting go of stuff. Let go of any obstacles, inner or outer, that prevent you from engaging fully in moving forwards. The time is right for a fresh start and a new beginning. The universe supports you in your growth. So the universe really has your back. Now, let's now look at your tarot cards, because I just feel that there's a real opportunity in your current, there's a current situation around you. I think there's a real opportunity, but you've kind of got to, it feels like you're taking a risk, that leap of faith. Dare I do it? Let's find out what it says. Dare we take that leap of faith? Can we dare to take that leap of faith? Can we dare? Can pile 3 dare to take that leap of faith? What's this about? What does your future self want you to know? What is your future self communicating with you? Let's draw these cards first. We have the Hermit. Okay, so you are absolutely being guided. Oh gosh, you're going to have to cut some cords here. You know, I think the Devil is very, very interesting, because the Devil, I think, it has many, many meanings. But in a way, the two people that are dancing here, the cords that are around them, they could remove them if they wished. They don't have to follow a pattern. They don't have to do what was expected of them. They could release themselves at any time if they wish to. So the devil is ultimately a card of liberation. It also connects to the things that we desire, but almost can't dare allow ourselves to believe that we could have them. Back to that internal dialogue. Now the Two of Wands is a card of, it's like it's time, this is time to come out of your cave. Whatever you've been percolating, whatever you've been dreaming of doing, but you haven't yet taken an action, I would be saying, take an action. Maybe write a list. What are the things that you really desire? What are the new opportunities? What are the ideas? Write a list and then take an action today. Now, do it. I feel like your future self is saying, time to come out of the cave. No more self-doubt. Take that risk. Now, the Seven of Pentacles would indicate, I think, that if you do come out of the cave, you're going to get a good response. We've got the Ten of Wands as well. We've got the Knight of Swords. This is interesting. We have the Emperor and we have the Four of Wands. This is interesting. I'm going to draw a couple more cards for you, actually, from this pack. I think we can get a couple more in. Definitely. Let's see what shows up here. Yeah, I feel with the Seven, it's the Seven of Pentacles. I think, actually, there's something quite specific here coming through. I think maybe you are a bit, say, overloaded. Part of the taking a leap, I wonder whether something of an idea or a creative project, actually it requires support. It's almost like it's not something you can do as a one-man band. I think you would need support, you would need help. Maybe you're feeling it, maybe you've got too many ideas and you don't even know where to begin. But there's something about being really quite feeling like this would be too big a responsibility. Some of you may actually want to be shaking off some responsibility here. Perhaps that's part of the move forwards. Just going to get a couple more cards for you. We've got the Ten of Swords. That's interesting. And I'm seeing this one here. And the Knight of Pentacles, which is a card of harvest. Okay. Let's move these along. I think we can get everything into view for you. Right, now we've got the Emperor bang in the middle, which is about taking charge. Seizing the moment. Seizing the moment. Right, I want to get more information about the Ten of Wands for you. I'm just going to follow this through. Get some more information. Overall, I think what your cards are saying, look, you'll be guided here. You're being guided, and it's like, why is this such a big deal for you to launch, to go, to make it happen, to embrace the new beginning? This feels like a big holding back. Almost like it's more than just internal dialogue. Somehow there's real concern that you couldn't handle it, or it could be bigger than you. Maybe you're afraid that it could be bigger than you could handle. What is it that I feel like you're afraid of something here, which is something's holding you back. Why are you afraid of that? Because this reading seems to be saying, take a leap. This is an amazing new beginning. It's an amazing opportunity. You need to have a voice. Archangel Gabriel is trying to communicate through you and with you. There is something to be brought forth in the world. Maybe it's even a situation where actually you need to have a voice. Maybe you've put up and shut up for quite a long time. It could even be like a very personal situation. Perhaps somebody has been boxing you in and you've never actually had a voice, and it's time you did. Time to liberate yourself from sort of I don't know, maybe even, it's not exactly saying to keep the peace, because it's always a good idea to be peaceful. But I do feel there's an action to be taken here, to take charge. Almost like, yeah, say how it is. You know, enough is enough with the Ten of Swords. Look at the way she holds her hand up. You know, talk to the hand. Enough is enough is what I feel like we're seeing here. This is like time for you to commit to something that is completely right for you. You might even be overburdening yourself with those messages, those internal messages that are historical. It's time to cut cords. Grasp what you want. Literally, grasp what you want. Seize the moment. Enough is enough is enough. No holding back. It's time to take action. It's time to believe in yourself. It's time to come out of that cave. Procrastination be gone. This is the kind of energy around you. Seize the moment. Go for it. Make it happen. I wonder with the Seven of Pentacles, you see, I do think there is an opportunity in front of you. What is the opportunity? I'm going to get more information about both of these cards and see where we go with this. The Four of Wands is amazing because it's a card of committing to a new future. It's a joyous card. It's a card of celebration, committing to the journey ahead. The Knight of Pentacles is beautiful. It's a card of kind of that says that, you know, a period of steady progress is ahead of you, abundance, the rewards are coming in. It's a card of harvest. It suggests that there will be a time of, you know, of really lovely, steady fruitfulness coming your way. So it's kind of like, so why aren't you seizing this new beginning? And what's being offered to you? Okay, let's ask about what is the new beginning. Let's get more information. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Eight of Wands. What is the new beginning? Maybe kindly ask your future self to give information about the new beginning. And we have the Nine of Cups. You've got to take action. You've got to take action, my beautiful souls. This is about you taking action. You have to decide to do this. I think there literally is like a light at the end of the tunnel. The Eight of Wands is such a powerful extension of this Four of Wands. I think this is quite personal in terms of your inner dialogue. I think this may be sort of saying, your future self saying, come on, what are you waiting for? You know, don't hold back anymore. What are you waiting for? You know, the light at the end of the tunnel is there. You can take action. You'll get the support you need. What are you waiting for? With the Nine of Cups, this can indicate, as can the Four of Wands, sometimes a commitment to somebody. You know, this would be like if your current situation was that you're madly in love with someone and you've never told them. Well, it's time to reach out and tell them. You know, stop procrastinating. Stop. This is time to take that step. Take the next step. Procrastination be gone would be the title of your reading. Okay. May we kindly ask a little bit more about the Ten of Wands here? Could we, in a way, I will just say before I draw more cards about this, you know, the Ten of Wands, a bit like the Devil, it's an invitation to liberate yourself. Ultimately, it says, whatever's holding you back, it's time to do something about it and release yourself. Can I please have more information from Pile 3's future self, there we have your cards, about this? Queen of Swords and Justice. Make your mind up. Make a decision, call that shot, say how it is, and make it happen. You know, this is not a time to be emotional. This is a time to be quite logical, quite firm with yourself, Pile 3. It's like, come on, get it together. Make a decision, go for it. It's high time you address this, whatever this is. If you're struggling, beautiful souls, with any form of addiction, the Devil is a card that can indicate addictions. If you are struggling, whether that's addiction to an internal dialogue or something in you that says I can't, or there's any kind of, you know, addiction to whether it's food, alcohol, anything, whatever that could be, it's time to really look. You can do it. Basically, this reading is saying you can do it. It's like pick up the phone and join the support group. Go online, find a support group online. Find, there are going to be people to help you. Whatever this is, if you are the project, then it's time to believe in yourself and choose to commit to yourself in every way. Take charge of this. The timing is right for you to launch into a new beginning. Have that voice if you've never said it, if you've never written it down, whatever this is about, the energy of your reading pile 3 is really saying to you, your future self is saying, come on, get your act together. This is the time. This is the time to say no to something and move forwards with confidence, absolute confidence. Be assured, confidence and an assurance of success. May we kindly ask for a sneaky peek into whatever this is. Yeah, any procrastination, any doubt around you. This is an affirmation to move forwards, take that leap of faith. Let's ask, how is this going to look? What's the future? Can we get information from your future self about what you have to look forward to? So 5 of Cups. Okay, lovely. We've got 8 of Swords. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. How interesting. This feels for me more like a progression. The 5 of Cups. Right, the 5 of Cups is a very interesting card in this position because the 5 this is like where something is shown to you. Basically, something cannot continue. I mean, sometimes it can indicate a disappointment, but ultimately in the legend of this particular card, it's like something is revealed. Something could not, there is something in your world that you cannot continue with. Whatever that is, whether it's a state of mind, whether it's a situation, and it's not tenable for the future. This is what your reading is saying. These readings are so mind-blowingly clear. Whether it's remaining stuck, whether it's sitting on your fullest potential, not taking a project further, something is not sustainable anymore. And you really have got to actually make a choice to launch this, launch yourself, let go of this, cut the cords, whatever it is for you. I think the 8 of Swords in this pack for me indicates a kind of personal victory. It's like overcoming the things that hem us in. It's like choosing not to be hemmed in, choosing to sort of overcome our fears, to face our fears in the way the 8 of Swords is a card that says we don't always see something. I mean, sometimes an 8 of Swords in other packs is depicted with someone with a blindfold on, in which case you're invited to take the blindfold off. With these cards, honestly, I think the world will, if you don't seize the moment now, I think things will happen to sort of almost like you're going to have to face up to this sooner or later, basically. It's like, come on. It's like, get it together. Why wouldn't you take this forward? So this is really embracing that possibility. And with the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of great generosity of spirit, generosity of funds. This is really affirming, I think, from your future self, look, what you need will be given to you. So if this was taking a leap and making a commitment and you're thinking, gosh, if I take that leap, what will happen? If I don't know, if I give something up in order to embrace the new, how am I going to manage? Will I have enough? This seems to me to be saying, look, you will be given what you need. Enough will come to you. The Hanged Man is saying, look, surrender to this. This is a really inviting trust and surrender. I feel this is very big with this take a leap. I guess it is the way of it, isn't it? It's like believing that, you know, if you did have an addiction, what if you give it up? What will come in its place? Well, what you need will come in its place. If we think of addictions as filling an empty hole, that hole will be repaired. What you need will come to fulfill that for you. This is about surrender. It's almost, I almost feel your future self is sort of saying, look, it's a bit like, you know, here's an opportunity. You can jump on board and you can really embrace the opportunity and be a co-creator with the universe and steer this opportunity forwards. Or you can wait until it hits a point where you have to. You know, well, why wouldn't you jump on board? Because there is an opportunity in front of you. There really is. And I'm going to ask now for more information about that opportunity. The Five of Pentacles. This is like a difficult decision, but choosing to make it. Can I ask more about the opportunity? The Tower. Okay, it's coming anyway. This is absolutely jump on board. Jump on board this opportunity. I kind of almost feel the opportunity might almost be astrologically guided. It's like, why wouldn't you jump on board when the timing is so right? Oh gosh, you've got the Empress. This is something that can really be, you know, nurtured, brought forth. I mean, this is a card of happiness. It's a card of abundance. I wonder if some of you are also concerned about upsetting the status quo or upsetting somebody. And yet the truth is, this is an amazing opportunity in front of you. Why wouldn't you take it? This might be, you know, if you're in a job where there are massive responsibilities, you know, massive responsibilities, and you're really worried. You think how they really rely on me heavily. So how can I kind of move forwards? Well, they'll be fine. They'll find somebody else. This is about you choosing to do what you'll love and what's right for you. This is absolutely about you making the right choice for you, over and above worrying about others. This is absolutely, take that leap. My goodness me, this would be like what if you met somebody and it meant moving overseas and you're really worried about your family or your friends that you really hang out with. They will want you to be happy. And if they don't, well, you know, I'm not seeing anything here that says they wouldn't be. I think you're overly worrying about this. There is an opportunity. Why would you not grasp it? Yeah, Four of Swords. Get still and meditate. Just get really still and center yourself. You'll see the way. I think there really is an opportunity, but there's something attached to it that feels difficult for you, and your future self is actually saying, whatever is in the way of you seizing the opportunity, this is an opportunity that is genuinely amazing. And whatever is in the way, please put aside what's in the way, because this is a fantastic opportunity and the timing is perfect for you. This is what I'm really seeing in your reading. I think I'm going to draw another card from the crystal cards and just ask about the future. Is that, can we get an indication, like, can we have a sneaky peek? Let's say pile 3, no reading will ever tell you what to do, it's up to you, but let's say pile 3 listen to their future self's message and they seize the moment, they take the leap, they overcome the fears of what might go wrong or what might be all the burden of whatever this is, and they leap into the future. What will come from the future, may we kindly ask? Selenite. Ooh, how magical. Now, selenite is named after Selene, the goddess of the moon. Let's just read to you what that says. Selenite. Telepathy, soul connection, peace, tranquility. It is possible for you to connect with others energetically on a soul level and infuse them with love and healing. This is telepathic communication in its highest form. Through the formless light of love, it is possible to both send and receive information, provided the information is sought and sent with love. Isn't this interesting? Archangel Gabriel, he is the messenger. And the opalite is exactly the same energy. Remember that on a soul level, time and space do not really exist because all is connected and ultimately one. The peace and tranquility you seek can be found by connecting to that ultimate oneness. Go within, for in doing so you will realize that all is eternal, nothing is ever lost, and that all is eternally present. Wow. Pile 3, the opportunity in front of you is upgrading you. It is in alignment with who you are meant to be, and a level of communication that is over and above anything you have ever experienced before. Whether this is a connection at a level of soul, perhaps you've met somebody but it means giving something up. Perhaps it is giving something up in order to embrace a different career pathway that you will excel at. Whatever this is for you, whether it's giving up something, an addiction that is holding you back, limiting your capacity to channel, whatever this is for you, and it will be personal to you, the outcome of this is the biggest upgrade to peace, tranquility, happiness, abundance, joy, and in such a massively connected way. I mean, this is phenomenal. Wow. Wow, wow, and more wow. So whatever is in the way, it is time to let go of that and take that leap. So really, really believe. Take that leap, take that action. Pile 3, I feel this is now your reading. I really felt like I wanted to follow through in many directions. Beautiful souls. If this has resonated with you, do please give me the thumbs up. Now, I have, in honour of my mum's passing, I have actually reduced my tarot course to half price for a few weeks. Just felt like really the right thing to do. My tarot course, if you don't know about it, we are building our higher vision is to build an international community of light workers who work within an ethical framework with their tarot readings. Now, some people are joining the course because they want to learn to read for themselves. Other people are joining the course because they want to read professionally. It's a huge course. It's still in production, and you can read all about it. I'll put a link below. But I have reduced it, so it's a really good time to jump on board if it's something that appeals to you. But I kind of integrate all of my counselling and psychotherapy knowledge into, and as well as the interpretations, the basic interpretations of the cards, I also teach you to channel, to align with source, with, you know, to literally to channel basically anything and everything you need to work as a reader, whether you read for yourself, for others, or you wish to take it forward professionally. And we set up a community where people can find you if they want to find somebody who reads within that kind of ethical framework. So that's what the course is about. So if that interests you, do check it out. Now, beautiful souls, thank you for being here, especially with these very special readings connecting to my mum. Thank you for all the love you have been sending through. I am absolutely feeling it. If you want to make sure you never miss a reading, please subscribe and press the little bell icon. And beautiful souls, I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Tons and tons of love.